friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking specifically into a no contact and or separation situation. What are their current feelings? And I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, and pile number two is the Good Karma Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. There is going to be an extended, so let's take a look at what you can expect in today's extended. We'll be looking into what does your person's higher self want to say to you, what hidden blocks are stopping your person from reaching out to you, and what will happen if you reach out, if you don't reach out. Right, so this is what we'll be discussing in the extended, and the description box will have the links for the extended. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Alrighty, I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi pile one, for those of you who chose Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, this is going to be your reading, alright? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies, so close your eyes. Think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty. Pile one, specifically for a no contact and or separation situation, what are your person's current feelings? You know, it's funny. Just before I started your reading, like every time before I start the reading, I am completely fine, right? I take time to meditate, I ground myself, I make sure that I am centered. And then the moment I start tapping into the energy, it's like different ailments start coming up. Like right now, my jaw started hurting all of a sudden, and I was fine up until this point. It obviously does relate to the reading somehow, but it's kind of funny how I put in so much of effort. I actually put in a lot of effort before I get into every single reading to make sure that I'm centered. And then the moment I start tapping into the energy, is like my head starts aching sometimes, I start panicking sometimes, or like right now, my jaw is hurting. I don't know why, but we'll see. Like the upper part of my jaw, I started hurting. So we'll see how that connects to your reading. So yeah. Just channeler problems, I guess. Justice, 5 of Coins, 6 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 9 of Cups, the World. Okay, Master of Swords. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. Okay. We have Root Chakra with safety. I am safe. Okay. Be patient with yourself. Okay. I am myself. Interesting. I'm worried about everything. Disrespect. Okay. All right, my jaw hurting makes sense. I feel like someone's grinding their teeth. Yeah, that's kind of the energy. So either your person is worried about this connection, or they're just worried about everything in their life as well. I kind of am feeling like someone's grinding their teeth, and that's why I told you upper jaw, like towards the back of my teeth, just started hurting when I started tapping into the energy. And I was fine. I was completely fine, 1000% fine before I started tapping into the energy. So let's take a look at what is going on with your person. Alrighty, what are they worried about? I kind of want to get a clarification about this. Pile one. Okay, they're worried about you. Okay, let's take a look and see why. So your person's worried about this connection. Oh, okay. There's some kind of a new beginning that's meant to happen between the two of you, pile one. I'm suddenly starting to feel nervous, I think maybe because I tapped into the Ace of Wands and 6 of Wands energy. Your person's about to do something, by the way. And they're worried if it's actually going to lead them to the happiness that they envision for the two of you. I think your person's been dreaming about this moment for quite some time, and they're really struggling to, it's kind of like it's always been there in their 5D, but in their thoughts, in their subconscious, but now it's time to take some action in 3D. They're feeling that pull within them, or I guess I would say push within them. And they want to do something. They want to start something new between the two of you. But it's kind of like, is what I'm imagining true? Is it actually going to happen, or am I just going to be disappointed? Do I need to wait for that clarity first before I make any move? I don't want to be hurt again, but at the same time, I want to pursue what I perceive to be happiness for the two of us. I really want to take a step forward, but I'm afraid. Your person's been thinking a lot about you, grinding their teeth. I don't know why, but just like, I think the anxiety of taking action in 3D. Your person's trying to be patient with themselves as they navigate through these thought processes, these fears. But I feel like reading this out for you, Halwan, because I think that this completely explains what your person is going through at this point in time. I let go of the need for protection when I realize that I am safe. I trust my instincts and inner guidance to help me navigate me through life's twists and turns. I can cope with adversity because I am always there for myself in loving and supportive ways. I am safe. So kind of the energy your person is in is that, yes, I do feel like this is going to lead to a lot of happiness. I intuitively am able to sense that. However, I also do need to protect myself. So I am also kind of logically explaining myself through this and letting myself know that whatever happens in this outcome, I am there for myself. It is definitely with respect to your connection. Your person is making some kind of a move towards you. I wouldn't, like, it could be contact, but it could also just be meeting you, asking you to meet, or it could be telling you something. It could be doing something. Like for some of you, I'm actually getting someone just coming forward and just hugging you or kissing you out of the blue. It's that kind of energy where it's built up so much within them that they can't seem to hold themselves back. But they're trying to be patient with themselves. They're trying to let all their like logical mind run through scenarios before they come forward. But yeah, I think that they might be a little bit hard on themselves with respect to like all of these thoughts. Like, why am I struggling so much to pursue what I intuitively feel is going to make me happy? But that's just your person's thought process trying to, safeguard them. So one message that's coming through is your person is learning how to be patient with themselves, and then just accepting that, yes, as much as intuitively I feel the push, my mind is going to work through these different scenarios and possibly even put me in a mental state where I'm anxious, but I'm actually working through it. So there is a little bit of that understanding that is happening, but it feels like very transitory energy. Like it's still in the process of shifting. It's not completely there yet. Like I said, the grinding of the teeth is definitely happening on your person's end as they work through situations that they're not comfortable with in their mind. Like, what if you say no? Or what if you reject them? What if you both try and then it doesn't work out all over again? What if this is the end of the connection forever? At least now there's some hope that maybe things could start up between the two of you, but what if it's done forever? So all of those thoughts, I think that your person is working through it mentally and emotionally and mentally prepping themselves. But they're learning how to be patient with themselves. There's definitely some kind of a new beginning coming through on their end for you, towards you. It's definitely about your connection. I wanted to clarify it, but Two of Cups coming out, that is just absolutely settled, that it is between the two of you. There's something that your person is planning to take some kind of action, but it's just that they're running through scenarios at this point in their mind to mentally prep themselves. So they're worried about everything, but intuitively they know that there's nothing actually to be worried about. But this is just their process. Let me see if there are any additional messages that want to come through. But overall, yeah, I would expect some kind of action from this person, pile 1. You seem to be very clear on it. It's just about prepping themselves. So, okay, so because they're kind of scaring themselves at this point in time, they're really scaring themselves at this point in time. They might come in with a bit of a sneaky energy. It might not be 100% revealing what they intend for this connection or what their intentions are. So I would say, like, if their intention is to start things between the two of you, like more on a romantic front, then they might come in with, okay, let's meet up and talk, you know, about where or what we can do at this point in time, or let's just meet up and see where things go. But actually their intention is that they want, you know, some kind of a definite future between the two of you. At least they've been daydreaming about it. All right, so how this person shows up is going to be like a small percentage of what they actually intend. All right, so just keep that in mind when this person reaches out. Just know that there's more to the story, even though they might be reaching out. They might be saying something. Yeah, there's a lot more layers to that. Just give your person some time to open up because, yes, give your person some time to open up because they do want to tell you what is going on and they want to reveal the full depth of it. But because they've scared themselves so much, this coming in this way of like not fully revealing their intentions, it just helps them feel a little bit safe. But the moment they start to feel safe, like you respond well to even whatever they're trying to tell you, yeah, then they will, like, it will be full blown. Like, no, they won't be able to hold themselves back. I'm struggling with my words if you haven't noticed. And that's towards the end. That's because I think that your person might struggle a little bit with communicating that. So it might be more of showing you in person. Like I said, this feels like someone who's kind of it's built within them that they just want to come forward and hug you or kiss you or show you that physical affection because they're not able to hold it within and they're not able to form words to explain or express what they're going through. It feels like that peak level has been achieved. So overall, there's some kind of action. More than words, I'm getting action for your pal 1. All right, but how they come in might be a bit, I wouldn't even say sneaky. I think it's just a lesser percentage of what they are actually feeling on the inside and the intensity of what they're thinking. But yeah, the moment they start to get comfortable, they're gonna let go and completely show you exactly what they intend for this connection or what's their true desire for this connection. All right. So that's coming your way, pal 1. Let's take a look at extended and see how it connects to your main reading. So we'll look at, in the extended, we are going to be looking at what does your person's higher self want to say to you. So given that your person's on the verge of reaching out, let's take a look at what their higher self has to say to you about the situation. Then what hidden blocks are stopping your person from reaching out to you? So one hidden block that we already have kind of figured out is your person's, like, they're trying to scare themselves so that they've mentally prepped themselves, but that's scaring themselves and it's kind of working against them. But if there are any hidden blocks, like maybe on your side, maybe hidden blocks for the energy of the connection. So we'll tap deeper into that energy as well. Then we'll look into what will happen if you reach out and what will happen if you don't reach out. All right, so, and with the hidden blocks thing, I think that I also want to kind of look into how your person is going to overcome this particular block. All right, so that's what we are going to be looking in the extended. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below. Pile 1, this is where I will leave you for today. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. And my private readings are also open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pile 1, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, pal 2. For those of you who chose the Good Karma Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, pal 2, person's current feelings for a specific no contact and or separation reading. Let's take a look. Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Swords, Ace of Coins, the Devil, Three of Coins, Queen of Wands, Three of Wands. Okay. I also have your Oracle card, so let's take a look. We have solar plexus chakra with individuation. I follow my own path. I'm not sure what we are. Friction, creative, and focus on solutions, not problems. Okay. There may have come a point where this connection needed to be defined, which I think it didn't happen, and either this person must have ghosted or kind of lessened how important this connection was for them. That's also another message that's coming through. At this point in time, things are a little bit confusing on your person's end, pal 2. They are not sure what they want both of you to be. They're not sure where they want both of you to head. That clarity is not really coming through on their end at this point in time. I think that there's a lot of internal friction within them and conflict as well. Like, part of them wants something more, but they don't want to define it. And then another part of them does not want to define it, but wants to see where things go. It's very confusing in your person's mind at this point in time, and even in their feelings, they're not sure what they want out of this connection. They definitely like the way you make them feel, pal 2. But is that enough for them to take a leap towards this connection? That is a question that your person is currently trying to answer. They have been thinking about this connection on and off, not all the time, but yes, on and off, they do think about this connection. But yeah, I'm feeling internal frustration building within me. So I think that there is frustration building within your person about what exactly is the answer for themselves. Like, they're not able to answer themselves, so how can they give you an answer? That's also another message that's coming through. You might be waiting on an answer as well, and that might be causing or putting a lot of pressure on your person, or you might have let go, but energetically they know that at one point you were looking for an answer, so that also is adding pressure. For some of you, your person could be unnecessarily adding pressure on themselves. Yes, I like, you don't have to be, like, I can sense someone getting so angry. It's like, I'm not putting any pressure. No, yeah, it could be your person's perception of it as well, all right? So don't get upset. Don't get upset by that. But yeah, my head's starting to hurt. Your person, it's very confusing on their end, because I don't think that your person even understands who they are as a person. I think that fundamentally they don't know the person that they are. They don't know what they want. There is individuation coming through, but I'm feeling very, very blocked about it. They don't understand what feelings they have, what emotions they have. They've not really taken the time to sit with themselves. I think that this person's always been so focused about what's going on with other people and someone else. Like, they're very quick to point out problems with other people or quick to point out faults with other people, but when it comes to understanding their own faults, their own I guess I would say misalignment, yeah, they don't want to turn that eye. It's probably not the reading that you're looking for, about you, but this person is very up in the air at this point in time. Like, even with focus on the solution, not problems, this is definitely what they're struggling with. Rather than going within and trying to understand what they want from themselves and from this connection and from you as well, I think that they're distracting themselves. They're distracting themselves. They're focusing on the problem. They're getting more and more frustrated that the problem exists rather than looking for a solution to that problem, or even trying to find, I don't know why this card wanted to come up. Okay, Five of Cups. Yes, like I said, it's not the best approach. I guess I would say the way that they're handling their thought process about this connection, about where they are at, and what they want from the two of you. Yeah, it's very up in the air. I would not expect any reaching out anytime soon, just because your person has no clarity at all. And they might come in like more of, how do I say? It's like they'll just check in with you and then they'll run away. That's kind of the energy. So you might see them popping into your energy field every now and then. But to come in and stay permanently, yeah, no, that I don't get that energy at all at this point in time. It's very, very confusing. Hold on, let me get more messages. Let's see what wants to come through. But overall, your person's very confused and they're focusing on the confusion rather than finding a solution to that confusion. Yeah, engaging in third-party situations, distractions at this point in time, trying to gain clarity, but maybe taking a more logical route rather than sitting with their feelings and trying to understand it. At this point in time, very, very blocked energy. Pal 2, like, I know this is not the reading that you were probably wanting, but this is where your person is at this point in time. There's a lot of denial coming through as well. But until your person is willing to sit with themselves about what they feel and how they feel and what this connection means to them, they're not going to get the answers magically. But yeah, that is on them. I mean, that is their individual journey. But pause energy all through, it's just pause energy right through. Things might have shifted very quickly between the two of you, and then suddenly this person ghosts or decides to not engage. That's also the energy that's coming through. Or they start acting funny, and then you're left wondering, well, what happened? We were fine just yesterday. Yeah, there's recognition of how things have played out between the two of you, but until your person steps out of this energy, Pal 2, I would not expect them to be consistent in your life. There will be these on and off cycles, or it could be, you know how there's always that one, it's very creepy to me in a way, because it's like there's no reason why they should be like following you or lurking on your social media. And so this person could be watching your social media but not really engaging with anything, and not really replying, or not even saying anything, and not even replying to your texts, asking like when you've asked them where they are or what's going on. Yeah, it's that person. Like, I'm getting that person energy. And between you and me, Pal 2, there was a phase in my life where I would entertain this energy. But I think after a certain point, I think the moment it was for a few years, I definitely, I would be like, okay, you know what? They're not harming me, but they're not doing anything. That's fine. But after a point, I don't know, it just kind of got creepy to me. And I'm actually, like, a vision that's coming to me is that energy coming through. And then, yeah, I just decided to block. That's the step that I took. I want to actually see some advice for you, because I don't know why randomly I'm telling you that, from that moment on, like, there was a point where it just got too much for me. And I was like, okay, you know what? Anyone who steps in this energy in my life, that's it. I'm not entertaining that. If they wish to align, then they align with actually communicating with me rather than not like being so up in the air. And this wasn't even like, yes, okay, to an extent there were like one or two or like a more romantic kind of energy, but then there was also like people from my past who had done me wrong but just wanted to, like, it was a more platonic, and honestly to a point where it's pretty narcissistic behavior. And one even was kind of a bully actually to me while growing up, and they just wanted to like lurk around my profile, watched my stories within the first 10 minutes. That doesn't indicate anything, but it was still very, very creepy to me to experience all of that. So ended up blocking all of them. Yeah, that was a phase that I went through where I was like, no, I'm not handling that energy. So I'm feeling that energy with this person. It's like they can't give you a proper explanation, but at the same time, if they were to just sit with their feelings and just feel what they were feeling, I think clarity would come in. But at this point in time, no. Things need to shift on your end. I think that's why I was called to share my experience, but things need to shift on your end, pal. Too. If you want to change, if you want to get out of this cycle, then you need to take a different step. If you keep taking the same step, like allowing this person to be in your life when they are in this confusing energy, then you are going to have that repeated cycle again and again. However, if you choose to end the cycle and you have a choice at this point in time, you have to take a different step. You have to take a stand for yourself. You have to choose yourself, even if it feels weird. I remember when I was going through my thought process of doing this whole blocking thing, and I was like, oh, what if they feel bad that I have removed them from my friend list and I've blocked them? And that's when, it came to me, like, why am I, like, just because I have empathy for them doesn't mean, it eats my mental and emotional peace as well. With the Page of Cups coming through, if you want a different cycle, you've got to choose yourself. How to, all right? And trust that if this person's meant to be in your life, they will find a way to come in the right way or the aligned way, rather than lurking around and not really giving you a proper answer, not really being upfront with you and being very sneaky about their own. It's not even sneaky, to be honest, because this person doesn't understand what they're thinking and feeling, all right? There's a lot of denial, so it's not even sneaky, it's just they don't understand, all right? Let's look into the extended and let's see what wants to come through. Maybe I'll have to shift a few questions. Let's take a look, all right? So what does your person's higher self want to say to you? Okay, well, yes, that's one question that we'll get into. Like, what's the truth of this situation? We'll get into that in the extended. What hidden blocks are stopping your person from reaching out to you? All right, so why is there this denial at this point in time? Let's take a look at that. Yes, okay. And what will happen if you reach out / what will happen if you don't reach out? So we'll get a little bit into the future energy as well. Okay, yeah, so that is how I would be framing the extended for you. All right, pal 2. So details of the extended is going to be there in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. So, but this is where I'd like to leave you right now, pal 2. But yes, a little bit of the advice coming through for you. If you want a different outcome, you have to take a different step. That is basic alignment. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in the same loop over and over again. Okay? Pal 2, take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.